Now we'll take a look at the opposite. So once again, we have the same personality graphic. We have the introvert and extrovert. We've already spoken about the 4 temperaments, but in this particular case, we're going to remove the social extremes. We've talked about the melancholy and the choleric, the introverted melancholy and the extroverted choleric. Now, in this particular case, this person scored a 1 in the melancholy permissive and a 0 in the extroverted choleric dominant. This is an outstanding score. So we're going to remove them and just show you where the dominance of their scores are. Now remember, we talked about these 2 temperaments that are exposed right now, the introverted phlegmatic and the extroverted sanguine, as being more toward the middle of the road when it comes to social interaction. While the social extremes can be difficult people to process, they can be overwhelming, they can be overbearing, these 2 temperaments, sociological studies will tell us that this is the bulk of our society. The majority of our population fall under one of these 2 categories. And what that suggests is the social receptivity is what we would consider normal, meaning when you meet any one of these people on the street, after you walk away, you're going to feel like, wow, that was a great conversation. I don't know who that person was, but I absolutely would love to get to know them a little bit better. Or if there is a job opportunity to say, I'd want to hire that person or I want to work with that person. So because the bulk of this candidate's scores and personality fall within the social norms, their social receptivity is going to be titled as norm. And you'll understand all this when we look at graphics moving forward. But here's where the competencies come into play. Now, again, we looked at this as a side-by-side comparison a little bit ago, but I can't repeat this enough. The stronger the personality, the weaker the competency. The weaker the personality, the stronger the competency. And maybe I don't like to use the word weak when it comes to personality, but I would suggest the lower the scores in personality, the stronger the competencies are going to be. So in this particular case, this one scored an overall of 5.9. This is a beautiful score. This is a fantastic score. I would highly recommend that you interview this person. But a 5.9 essentially means that this individual did so well across the board. So we can clearly see that these servant leadership scores are a 6, a 5, and a 6. And of course, their transformational leadership skills are excellent as well. Now, it's really important to keep in mind that while the overall scores are 5.9, we do see that one score in transformational that is down to empowering. And that score is a 4. So it's important to keep this in mind because that's actually a good indicator of what you can do with this person if you were to hire them. So when we look at somebody like this, who we say, look, this is going to be a great candidate, we've interviewed them, we want to hire them. Now moving forward, you know how you need to invest yourself into this person to continue making them a better leader. You can look at their scores and just say, we want to help them become more of an empowering leader. So this is where this graphic really comes into play. So there are your deeper views. Let's move on to the next chapter.